Hi, and welcome back to another car conversation. Happy Monday, you guys. Hopefully, you all had a wonderful weekend. And you know my motto, my weekend is great. Even if I don't do anything at all, my weekend is always going to be great. Y'all hear what I say? So, today's topic is should versus must. Do you know the difference? Yeah, actually, I'm talking to you. No, don't look around. I'm talking to you. Do you know the difference between should and must? So let's jump right on in. So must is a strong obligation to something. And here's a few examples. We must stop stressing over things that we cannot change. You must. It's not a if you want to, you think I should. You must stop stressing over things that you cannot change. Why stress over if you can't change it? You have kids that act like they're acting like they've lost their last good natural mind. Don't stress over that. You know what to do. You pray about it, but you don't stress because stress is not going to fix it. You have a bill that's coming due and you don't have the money for it. What you stressing for? Call your creditor. Say, hey, look, I'm not going to have the money on this date, but I will have it on that date. And then you pay your bill and you move on. But what you don't do is stress over it. Stop stressing over things that you can't change. And then we must pay our taxes. We must, whether you want to or not, pay our taxes, okay? We must follow the rules and the laws. You are not exempt. I am not exempt. We are not exempt. We must follow the rules and the laws. Because if not, you'll fool around and get yourself in trouble. We must show up on time for work. Because if you don't, then you will not have a job for very long because everybody's not going to allow you to show up on their job late. Okay? They just are not. So you must show up on time for work if you plan on keeping your job. We must speak up for ourselves. Because if you don't speak up for yourself, yeah, this man's cutting it very close. If you don't speak up for yourself, y'all forgive me. I'm not sure why it is people like to come right here in front of my house and turn around in my neighbor's driveway. Whew, help me, Lord. If you don't speak up for yourself, who else will? And I don't know about you, but I don't want to have somebody else speaking up for me. What the Bible even talks about, the rocks crying out. No, I don't need the rocks to cry out for me. I can speak to God for myself. So you must speak up for yourself. Then we must treat people the way that we want to be treated. If you want to be treated with respect and dignity, why would you think that you can go and treat other people any less than that? You have to treat people, it's a must that you treat people the way you want to be treated. Because if not, guess what? Those folks gonna come for you. And I promise you that's not what you want. At least not for me anyway. But you get where I'm going with this. We have to treat people the way we want to be treated. And then, now let's talk about shoulds. So should is a suggestion. Should suggests things, okay? Here's some examples. We should get 8 hours of sleep, but not everybody does. Some of us get by on 4 hours, some 5, some 6. And now I'm gonna tell you something. I set my phone to, my alarm goes off at 10 o'clock at night to let me know, and it says bedtime, and it flashes on the top of my phone, big as day, bedtime. And it goes off at 6 a.m. Because if you have an iPhone, there's a feature that you can set so that you can get 8 hours of sleep. Now, am I in bed by 10? Very rarely. Let me just keep it all the way real. Should I? Of course I should. But it's very rare that I do that. I'm actually thinking about, since I'm working from home and have been since March, I'm thinking about setting my phone so that it'll go off at 11 o'clock to make my bedtime at 11 and my time to get up at 7 in the morning, because that's usually about the time I get up anyway. Actually, start getting myself together to get up. So I'm thinking about changing that, but we'll see. But anyway, we should get 8 hours of sleep, but many people do not for various reasons. We should further our education. Yes, I said it. And I'm not necessarily talking about going to get a degree. I'm talking about furthering your education. See, because things change all the time. And if you want to stay on top of what's going on, you have got to further your education. So maybe you need to go back and take some classes so that you can stay abreast of what's going on in certain areas. If you are in the fitness field, then you always need to further your education because you need to know what new trends are coming out, especially if you work with the older population. You definitely want to stay on top of that, okay? We should follow our dreams. And again, that's a suggestion. We should follow our dreams, but many people do not. I don't get it. I truly do not get it. See, I'm going to follow my dreams because even if it leads to a dead end road, it's all right. At least I gave it a shot. And I can go back and say, okay, Michelle, now what worked for you? What didn't work for you? And figure out where to make some changes. But we should be doing that. Okay? We should spend time with our loved ones and our friends. But many people do not. You know why? Because for some, well, now that we're in the era of COVID-19, that makes it a little difficult to do. But for others, you weren't doing it anyway, because you're too busy. You're too busy with work. You're too busy with your business. You're too busy with your other half, or you're too busy with your immediate family, or whatever the case may be. But we should spend time with our loved ones and our friends, but we don't always do that. And lastly, you should get a physical every year. But surprisingly, a lot of people do not. For whatever reason. I don't know if it's because we are afraid of what that test result may bring back. We're afraid that the doctor's going to say, your blood sugar level is a little too high. Your blood pressure is a little too high. I don't know what it is. But a lot of people do not get physical exams. But we should be doing that. Okay, we should go to the dentist every year to get your x-rays and your cleaning. Well, cleanings, I believe, is every 6 months, but yearly you should be going to get your x-rays. Every 6 months you're cleaning. And if you need to correct your smile, you need to be doing that, which reminds me, I have got to find my retainer, and I am going to find that because I noticed that my bottom teeth are starting to shift. And that is because your teeth want to go back to where they were comfortable. So if you've ever worn braces, which I did for 4 years and spent $5,000 doing that, then you know that you should be wearing your retainer, y'all. So I need to find my retainer. But that's a whole nother story. So anyway, I just want you all to get what the difference between a should and a must, get the difference between a should and a must. Because too many times in our lives, we are saying should, where really you should put a must there. You should strive for excellence. No, I'm telling you, you must strive for excellence because you have greatness in you. You have so much more inside of you to be more than what you are right now. So that's a must. It's not a should. Let me do a quick recap and I'm going to let you be. So today, again, I talked about should versus must. Do you know the difference? And I said a must is a strong obligation to do something. And I talked about how we must stop stressing over things that we can't change. We must pay our taxes. We must follow the rules and the laws. We must show up on time for work, especially if you want to keep that job. We must speak up for ourselves because if you don't, who else will? And I don't know about you, but I'm not going to sit back and wait for anybody to speak up for Michelle. I can speak up for me. And then we must treat people the way that we want to be treated. And then I went on to say that a should is a suggestion. It's not a must. It's a suggestion. We should get 8 hours of sleep. And I say that because now some people may want to argue that point, but just don't argue with me. What I'm telling you is you should get 8 hours of sleep. That's what doctors recommend. However, we know that there are some people who can get by on 4 hours of sleep. Some get by on 5 hours of sleep. I know some people that say they can't sleep 8 hours because if they do, they wake up tired in the morning. So that, it's going to vary from person to person, but I'm just telling you that ideally, you should get 8 hours of sleep. And then I said we should further our education. We should follow our dreams. We should spend time with our loved ones and our friends. And then we should get physicals every year. Those are all suggestions. That's all I have, you guys. Thank you so much for giving me just a little bit of your time. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, well, honey, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, tap that bell, because I don't want you to miss anything that I have coming up. And what else was I going to say? I lost my train of thought just that quick. I forgot what I was going to say. Something else I was getting ready to tell you guys. Lord have mercy. Anyway, thank you all. For those of you that continue to support me in all that I do, thank you, thank you, thank you. I could not do what I do without you. And so I truly want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I truly appreciate each and every one of you. And y'all know the drill. There's nothing you can do about it, because I love you no matter what. I love you when you're going up. I love you when you're coming down. I love you when you're going in. I love you when you're coming out. But most of all, I love you when nobody else even likes you. Always know that. Till next time, take care.